Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. The translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story as anonymous? I am a woman who comes from Namibia, and I have been thinking of sharing my own story with you since I started listening to these confession channels, but I guess that today is the day that I have to share with you my own story. So what happened when I was still in high school, I was someone who was a victim of bullying. I was bullied a lot when I was still at school. So even to this very day, I am someone that does not want to share a lot about her life. And this has led me to be someone who is very depressed, and I know that depression, it is not a nice thing, and I am trying to fight with this mental illness that I am having right now, and I do not have anyone that I think is that close to me in terms of maybe a woman friend. I'm just friends with my own fiance because of the deep secret that we share between us, but what he does not know is that in between this secret, there is another secret that he does not even know about, in which the reason as to why I have come here, it is because I want to share with you that secret that my fiance does not even know, even though our relationship started off as a secret when we started dating, because I used to be in love with a twin brother. So when I was still in high school, there were boys in our class who used to tell me that I was not so nice, I was not that beautiful. And that is the reason as to why I became so educated, because it forced me, this bullying, it forced me not to be friends with anyone. Girls would laugh at me because the hottest boys at our school, they would see me as something that is quite ugly, and there was no girl that wanted to be seen around me because they would lose out on these other hot boys at school. So books became my friends. Studying, I would find myself reading, studying, and I was always a bookworm since I did not have any boyfriend. As time went on, graduated with flying colors, got a great job, and then I discovered that men, naturally, they are attracted to women that are successful in life, especially those ones that are less successful. So it was more like a revenge. I started dating these men that had nothing so that I can use them, hurt them, and dump them. And you start with one boyfriend, it becomes two boyfriends, 3, it becomes 4. You are now like a woman player. That is what I was at that time. I was more like a player, dating countless men until I fell pregnant for one guy that I had gone to his company. So there was a presentation that I was supposed to do at his company. I did that presentation. That guy asked me out for lunch, wanting me to score the project if I would go out with him, and I agreed. One of my project managers even encouraged me to go with him, which I did. When I went there, that was when we started dining. At that time, I was not even taking any family planning pills. One thing led to another, because all the guys that I was sleeping with, since I was the dominant in that relationship, because I had the money, and the guys that I was dating, literally, they had nothing. They would do whatever that I wanted them to do for me. So it was like my rule to never sleep with a man without using any protection. But this man, he was different. He was wealthy, he had money, he was quite demanding. So he demanded that we sleep together with no protection. After we had done an HIV home test, both of us, we were found to be negative, and I said, well, let us just enjoy the moment. Let me score big with this guy. I did not know that I was not only going to get the project, but I was also going to fall pregnant for the guy. The guy, at first, he agreed that the pregnancy was his, but with time, he then found out, the devil, what he does, he has a way of embarrassing you. I was out with this guy thinking that all those guys that I was dating, since I was in control of the relationship, if I tell a guy never to call me, and then the guy will never call me anyway. But it then happened that one of the guys called me whilst I was in the middle of bonding with this guy. He was the one who answered the call, and then they started fighting each other. They fought so hard on the phone, cursing each other, and this guy was like, oh, so this is what you do. You are nothing but just a prostitute. So no, he was no longer willing to date me anymore. He said that he did not believe anymore that he was the father of the child that I was carrying. I was really hurt. I do not want to lie to you. So during that pregnancy, I started dating countless guys, not even caring that I was pregnant at all. Then I met a guy, and he was a waiter at this other restaurant. I went there and I fell in love with him, started doing favors for him. I was sleeping with him. With no time, he was handsome, but this other brother was more than that. The twin brother, was very attractive. There was something about his lips. He had like these beautiful plump reddish lips that I love in men, that I had always seen those types of lips on men on TV, just imagining being in bed with a guy going down on me, and that feeling just make me feel turned on. So when I saw him, when I went for the family introductions, when I saw this guy, what he looked like, I said, this one, I am going to grab him for myself. I started giving him gifts with the intentions of showing him that, dude, I am into you and you are supposed to be into me. Within a very short period of time, with the money that I was giving him, there was no way that he was going to escape me. After I had bought a car for him in secret, and I told him to never let his twin brother, who was my original boyfriend, to know that I had bought a car for him. Otherwise, he was going to be suspicious. So we kept on sleeping together until the man said that he was in love with me. He wanted to marry me. And I did not want him in my life because he was a parasite. I considered him a parasite in my life. And then later on, that was when he told me that he had found a big break in his life. And what I did not like about this guy, even though he was handsome, he had all the features that I loved in a man. In between the sheets, he was very lazy, very talkative, but very lazy. And I just wanted to dump him. But when he got that big break, now the tables had turned. I wanted to dump this twin brother of his, the waiter, the one that I had started dating. So for the first time in my life, I started to look for spiritual help. I went to this other healer, and after I had spoken with that healer, that was when I was told that I needed to find some dog droppings in which I was supposed to cook a meal for that guy that I no longer wanted. I really do not know what I was thinking about at that time, because the healer said that if I was going to cook the food mixed with the dog droppings, it was going to make him to see me as a disgusting woman, such that he would run away, flee from me, and that was what I wanted. I did not want to date him anymore. I don't know if this healer gave me charms that were mixed with poison, because I invited this guy to my place, fed him, and then I started some drama so that he can just leave my house as per the rituals. He was not supposed to sleep with me on that night or to sleep at my place. So he then went to his place and he passed away peacefully in his sleep. Then he just died, and after he had died, some people think that he had committed suicide. With everything that had happened, I kept on dating the twin brother until this very day. We are still staying together as fiancé, and I'm hoping that one day we are going to get married. So the situation is that I once saw the spirit of this man that I killed. In the past, I never believed that those things, they exist, but now I do believe that they exist. I had gone to the kitchen early morning to fix myself some cornflakes. So when I was going there, I saw a guy. So I thought that it is my fiance, because since they were identical twins and they just look the same, and I thought that it was him, but it was kind of like weird because he was in front of me, yet I had left him in the bedroom. So I just walked past him, and then when I was coming back holding my bowl of cornflakes, then I saw the guy. He walked directly into the walls and disappeared. I dropped that bowl onto the floor. My fiance came running, and I knew that I had seen the spirit of the man that I had killed. He asked me what was wrong, and from there on, I lied to him that I just panicked. Maybe I was having a panic attack, but this is the truth. I murdered his own brother, and no one even knows. So I don't know, is it a good idea, since me and him, we share secrets together, that we started dating even when his brother was still alive? Am I supposed to inform him? Will he understand me then if I tell him the truth? Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our sister right there. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. Is she supposed to tell this man the truth or not? Please let me know in the comment section.